Welcome to Let Me Ask You This.
Discover the world of conspiracy theories.
I'm Tom,
And I'm Jonny.
and we are here to get you.
To start questioning everything.
So strap in, make sure you like and follow us on Facebook to get all the notifications about the show. I hope you enjoy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Let Me Ask You This. We're on episode 23, and today we are going to be talking about the moon landing. So, about the moon landing is Helen doesn't think it is real. This is Helen.
Hi.
So, everybody knows Jonny. Helen is our special guest for the evening, and she does not believe in the moon landing, and my response to that is the moon is not real. But we all know it is. Right, Jonny? It's made of cheese.
Yeah, and it's delicious.
Have you had moon cheese before?
Yeah, actually, I put it on my sandwich every day.
Every day.
Every day.
How do you get this moon cheese?
I can't tell you that.
Oh.
Okay. Come on, man. You have the program.
Go with the program? Okay. Sorry, Jonny. So, anyways. So, the whole reason why we went to the moon is because of the Cold War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 100% agree with that.
So, well, yeah, no, it's facts. So, JFK wanted to go to the moon. That was his dream. And, as we know, JFK ended up getting killed.
Yeah.
Assassinated.
Went out with a bang.
So, he never got to see the moon landing happen. But it was in Nixon's presidencies when we did. But what kicked this whole thing off is Russia launching Sputnik in 57. See, I can't speak. Sorry. This isn't news.
You got your notes.
Okay. I do have notes, yes. But that doesn't mean I know how to read.
I mean, you wrote that.
Okay, but yeah, no, they launched Sputnik and everything progressed, and that really kicked off the space race.
Yeah, well, it was before Sputnik. They won the space race. And America wasn't happy with it.
They didn't win the space race. The space race didn't end until 75.
Well, yes. But so yes, it did pretty much start the space race. In January, the United States launched Explorer 1. And then, actually, in 59, a year later, Alaska becomes a state. So, we sent stuff to the space before Alaska was a state. That's impressive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually is kind of cool, saying that, we're heated with Russia, as always. But, they actually gave us something. But you didn't know they had oil when they gave it to us.
So, we jump ahead to 1960. JFK is elected president because of the mob. That's gonna be that's gonna be a different one, but that's true. Fast forward, JFK gives a speech in 63. So, just we got this idea of what's going on in the nation. Because everybody kind of forgets, the time period of, everything happens. Because I totally forget that, MLK and Anne Frank are the same age.
Yeah.
So, that's all at the same time. So that's kind of why I wanted to bring all this stuff up. But, so, when people talk about the moon landing and say it's fake, why do you think it's fake?
Because there's some evidence showing that there's no way it could have actually happened, and it was on a movie set. Because of, you want me to bust out my notes?
Yes, of course. I want you to bust out your notes. I have my notes.
All right. So we'll start with that. In the pictures, the flag was waving, but if it's on the moon and there's no wind or gravity, how is it supposedly waving?
So, if you
honestly,
if you want to see, so I have pictures.
Let me show you the pictures.
Real pictures.
I have real pictures from actual NASA. My great uncle worked at Raytheon. And Raytheon, they built the Apollo guidance computers. And so with these pictures, it shows everything that happened, like all the main pictures that happened on the moon. So here you have the three astronauts. We looked at these earlier.
Yeah.
Cardboard.
Yep.
We have a launch of Apollo 11. So do you think that they launched? Do you think that they at least launched a rocket up into space and they just filmed the moon part, or do you think that the whole thing was fake?
I mean, they definitely launched something. I mean, like, there's pictures of it and video footage of it, but like
there's video footage of them on the moon.
yeah, but that could have just been like a green screen and props.
So, Johnny, you said that you wanted to talk about the stars, right? Because if you look at the pictures, there are no stars.
A lot of people point out that the star is not shown in the photographs, but neither. There's also been in the past people taking photos, say at the beach where a background is full of stars. There's been people that have taken photos of at the beach and the stars do not pop up, and that's based off camera technology. But that can also be based off where the sun is located at that time. That can block out the brightness of the stars. So I kind of back up them on the whole star thing.
So what she's talking about with the flag. So thank you for explaining the star thing while I looked for these pictures. If you look in this picture, I don't know how well you guys can see it, but the flag is waving. And, on this picture it just says the United States flag on the moon and the footprints of the men who put it there. The first men on the moon, and then on the corner it says it was taken by NASA. And then the next picture, if you look, there's a bar going down it and a bar going across it. So it's sticking out. So, if you look, it's waving in this too.
Yeah.
So, when they put it up and they slam it down, it moves. And because there's no gravity in air, there's no restriction in gravity. Because they're on the moon, there's no gravity.
Yeah.
So there's no restriction. So it's waving because they put it down, and because it doesn't have anything to stop it, it's not going to stop because of physics.
True.
Because if an object in motion will stay in motion unless acted upon by another opposite force, something along those lines.
That. Newton's laws.
Yeah, it's one of Newton's laws that we learned in high school.
Well, I actually watched a video the other day of supposedly it was the footage of the moon. And the only time I saw the flag moving really was when all these guys are trying to, I don't know why, but they have a really hard time setting up a flag.
No, they did. They did have a hard time setting up a flag.
They're all spinning around. There's three guys that set up a flag, and I was a little bit confused. It's so how does three astronauts not have the capability of sticking a flag into the ground?
Same reason why. Never mind. Not saying it. Not saying it. I'm gonna stop myself.
Another point that it says the moon's a sandy consistency. So how would the footprints be so clear if it was so soft? Because if you go to make footprints in soft sand at the beach, they're not you can't see it the full outprint.
I heard it was once again something about the gravity of the place,
Yeah.
and no, I'm not too sure of it because I'm not an astronaut or anything like that.
I mean, yeah, if you do look at the pictures of them,
and there can't be any moisture on the moon.
So,
how would it?
There has been evidence of water on the moon. Just as
There has?
Yeah, just with
Who put it there?
Who put it? There's been ice on the moon. Okay, Johnny, you just threw me off so much.
You got a point, though.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, maybe the astronauts put an ice cube up there.
So, I have to do more research into this before I talk too much into it. But I've learned recently that we accidentally not left. Something happened with like a probe that we were dealing with, and it had petabytes, I think they're called. They live in water. And they're like the only thing that can live in the vacuum of space that we know of. And we launched it into space to do like a test on it, and it landed on the moon. And so now if they ever get like rehydrated, they're gonna like over and populate the moon. And so there is life on the moon that's still alive that we know of, and we put it there, and all it needs is water, and it's gonna overpopulate the moon. So have you guys heard of like the alien stuff about the moon?
Oh, what's the conspiracies that supposedly alien life has been found up there?
So what I think happened was we did go to the moon, and we haven't gone back because of aliens. There's been reports that Neil Armstrong switched channels while he was up there, and it was a channel just for the astronauts to speak on. And during this, they were talking about how he saw something in a crater that looked like it was moving.
Yeah.
And he was sitting there trying to talk to it, and it approached him. And that's when the channels went dark for like 10-15 minutes. And then they switched back to the other one. And, which one was it? Aldrin said that after that experience, Neil Armstrong was never the same.
Yeah.
He ended up looking for a treasure, I believe somewhere in South America, and like his grandfather gave him a map to look for it, and it was supposed to be like a library filled with like metal books and like ancient artifacts from like alien life. Like he went crazy.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we never went back to the moon.
Yeah, that was one of my points too, is since we have way better technology now, why haven't we been back?
Aliens.
Yeah.
So with all this stuff.
Next episode.
So no, the next episode is going to be Chernobyl.
I haven't weighed in on this yet.
Yeah. So alien, but UFOs. The U.S. government has come out and like said that UFOs are real. Okay, yeah, cool. You said that unidentified objects are real. We've always known this, but they've come out and said that they've had alien encounters almost every day because of these UFOs. Like they were more specific about what was going on with these UFOs, because if a helicopter's flying too high and I don't know what it is, that's a UFO to me, because it's an unidentified flying object.
You want to know why I think we haven't gone back to the moon?
Why?
Because there's nothing up there for us having.
There's oil on the moon.
Yeah, there's oil on the moon, but it's cheaper for us to go for oil on Earth.
Did you guys hear that Jeff Bezos is going to shoot himself into space?
Yeah, well, Jeff Bezos is also a rich maniac.
Yeah.
Rich people lose their minds because they have so much money. If I had that much money, I'd be doing some crazy shit too.
There's a petition for him to not come back, and Elon Musk signed it.
Well, Elon Musk, he's crazy too.
Yeah, so
this is a guy that wants to talk about putting things in electronics in people's brains. This isn't exactly someone who I think is stable.
So
this is the one I want.
Which one?
Which one?
So if he was the first man on the moon.
So this isn't a picture of.
This is a pretty famous photo, though.
But like.
So this.
Who was filming it? If he was the first one on it, you know what I mean?
Me.
You know, like if
so
you think about it, if he was the first person,
the picture she took out. It was Aldrin. No, it was.
Yeah.
It was Aldrin Jr. Comes down the ladder of the module and goes on to the moon.
So who was filming this whole thing?
So I know that they had like cameras on them, kind of like how like we have body cameras.
What year did this happen in?
67.
Yeah.
Then how the hell is the camera so good?
Well, that's because that image has been re-enhanced.
True.
No, it is NASA.
Yeah.
I would hope they would have that technology and either that they're a joke.
I mean, this never happened, so.
This never happened. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. But neither that, another reason why I firmly do
No,
not...
hey, it was 69, not 67.
Well, go fuck yourself, Tom.
Sorry, I just
You
sorry.
gotta be
Sorry.
real on your facts.
Yeah,
Remember?
sorry,
Did
sorry.
you get your facts?
I just want to make sure that we were.
I thought it was
correct on that.
67.
No,
Nope,
not
69.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm looking at my I'm looking at my
Why
timeline
is it
right
written
now.
on there?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Woodstock was the same year.
I don't give a shit about Woodstock. I
I-
don't give a shit about the moon landing.
Okay.
Oh hi, this is Tunzi. You guys have met Molly before. This is Tunzi. But yeah, don't go on those. But so
Alright, Tom, yeah, you're
you-
right. You go fuck yourself.
But you think it was shot in a studio? So
For the most part, I mean, there's definitely no way it was just all one place. There's definitely like.
so my thoughts
lights
on
or
that
something around.
what is the lighting that they have. I've seen videos of people like trying to recreate it, and even nowadays trying to do this because like they didn't have CGI back then. They didn't like if you look at movies back then, they can't produce this quality.
Yeah.
So they didn't have the lighting capability to be able to do what the sun was supposed to do in the pictures like they are. Because even on like Mythbusters did this, and they
Yeah,
said that
yeah.
it was real.
Definitely a show that no, I have to take care seriously.
Hey, they tested a lot of
Those
stuff,
guys,
so I didn't
Those guys
have
tested
to.
a lot of stuff that didn't even matter. Those guys are so full of shit.
No, they tested a lot of stuff that I
Hey,
didn't have
I
to.
watched that in science class. It must be
Yeah,
learning something.
Exactly, no, they showed it in school. That means it means something.
Yo, you know, Bill Nye wasn't even a scientist. Just throwing that out there.
Bill Nye?
Bill.
Yeah. Bill Nye, the fraud guy.
That's what I mean. Are they like singing into it? How is that?
So yeah, it's dirt. It's almost
Yeah.
like a dirt.
And all that dirt.
Weird.
I hate that.
How?
Well, I mean, how? It's
dirt.
like an man. It's an asteroid. so the moon crashed into the Earth, and that's how the moon was formed. Because it was a giant asteroid, it crashed into the Earth, and then it got stuck in its rotation.
Yeah.
And that's how the moon was made. And I mean, we could go take one step farther and just say, like I said before, the moon's not real, and the sky is just a giant simulation. We're really just in a dome.
That is a crazy ass thought.
That also, I kind of do believe that. We're all just Sims and people are just playing us.
I'm not a sim.
No, people are just like making us live the way we do. And think about it. You gotta go to sleep to recharge. They're just plugging us in.
That's like every
So-
animal,
So are we taking away from this episode that the moon landing is not real, we're not real, and 9/11 was an inside job?
Yes.
Yes.
though. Well, I do think we landed on the moon. I just don't think we landed on it in 69. I just don't think.
What, you think it was later?
Yeah, I think it was 75.
You think so?
You wanna know why?
Why?
75 is when the space race ended.
Okay.
And also, I think
That-
I think the moon landing also has something to do to take attention off of the Vietnam conflict.
That makes so. Are you saying it was also filmed inside of a studio?
Possibly at that time, but I think primarily it was basically a way they give the middle finger to Russia.
I could see
Yeah.
that.
No,
Because-
hey, yeah, we did it before you. Get over
because
it. It was,
it,
like,
it
on
could have just
purpose.
been like a giant propaganda move.
Yeah.
No, that's
'Cause
primarily
it was
what I
on like
think.
the radio that like the Soviet Union could have been listening to. Like anyone could have been listening to it.
It was shown worldwide.
Yeah.
But on top of that, no, with NASA, me and one of my family members commonly believe that NASA is primarily just a big piece of fraud
Well, yeah. Look at SpaceX.
Well, no, there's people like they call it the I believe they call it the Alabama Mafia. Believe it or not, they're actually someone that supplies a lot of not Russia. I mean NASA. Sorry, they kind of conflict with each other, But they have to do with a lot of like parts being misproduced and everything, but they also use it as a way to basically embezzle money. And I do believe NASA is that because when we have so many problems with the world, what does NASA really prove to do? Not much. I have to say.
Yeah, because they went to the moon, they sent some people to space.
We're going to go to Mars in like 25 years. I don't give a shit about us going to Mars in 25 years. I'm going to be an old-ass man. I don't care.
Well, Elon Musk is saying that he wants to get to Mars sooner than that.
Well, Elon Musk also has millions of dollars and is out of his goddamn mind.
Yeah, I like him. He's cool.
Of course you like him.
I like him.
I can see why someone like you would like him. Yeah.
Yeah. He's cool.
Because you're insane, too.
I mean, if I had $1 million, I would definitely shoot a car into space just because I could.
No, I want to do it.
But why not? I have the money.
We're on Earth. And sorry, I had all the money in the world, I would not be leaving this planet.
You wouldn't do the one-way trip to Mars?
No, I wouldn't. Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would?
Alright.
Just to see if it's real or not.
If I ever become a billionaire,
I
I'll
can
pay for your trip to Mars, and I'll see if he'll do it.
I'll accept that.
You're going to be walking to the shower and you'll be like, oh no.
Yeah, I tried to.
I would go.
No, you wouldn't.
I tried to convince a guy the other day that space that we know it wasn't true, and every scientist that ever spoke about space lied to him. Well, because he said that there wasn't sustainable life and a planet that could withstand us out there. I'm like, how do you know? What do you know about space? You haven't been there. And he got offended, and I was like, I'm just saying, you don't know.
I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a chance that no. And I hate to say this because it makes you sound crazy, but no, I'm not crazy at all. But there's a chance that everything they said about space is actually a lie.
Yeah.
Because
that's what I'm saying.
All of us don't know anything, but that's based off our belief in science and everything. We have to believe these scientists now because they're the most believable people. They're not bought out by money or anything like that. Greed.
Because I might have these pictures, but they could be doctored.
Now. No, and some people say there's all kinds of different conspiracies about why we did not go to the moon. Some people say there's reflections and the lenses of the astronauts and everything too.
Yep.
But the problem with that is that cameras back then were not nearly as high tech. We're talking about the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. We're now in a modern day era of technology where we can enhance stuff. It doesn't matter what our cameras will say, but any of that, it might look like a headlamp or a microphone or something to you because you want it to look that way. So it just leaves a lot of conspiracy to the whole fact, but at the same time, it's almost like a conspiracy that really doesn't matter anymore because if it was a conspiracy, it had to do with basically a middle finger to the Russians and trying to keep people focused off the Vietnam conflict.
Which is so true because the government will distract us with something so we don't know what's actually going on.
Well, they constantly do it nowadays.
Yeah.
It's just that was the major thing back then. So many people are occupied on this, and now, as much as conspiracies are interesting to me, this one just doesn't have a lot of interest in me. Now, based on the fact that I feel like even if it was a fake, our technology is so advanced now that we could do it no problem. We can go play a softball
Dude, we
game
send people. We
care.
send people to space every 6 months.
Well, they're saying that, but no, some people haven't. There's supposedly people haven't been back to the moon since the 70s.
Well, no, that's.
No, if it's true, if it's not true, I really don't care.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Not the moon, but to
open
space.
Up a moon base on the thing in the next 25 years, I heard. And supposedly, it's China that's going to do that. Now, I can see where the conspiracy comes into being a little bit of an issue. And that's because the advance in technology also has to do with the advance in weaponry.
So I feel like this is a conversation for another day.
Yeah,
So,
what we talk about is to do about the moon.
Well, yes, but this is like sci-fi weaponry that I don't really want to get into today because we're talking about the moon landing, not sci-fi weaponry, because we normally go off topic.
Well,
So
that's what podcasts are for.
Yeah.
No, they lead to other
Helen's for
podcasts. So what I'm taking away,
petting a cat like Dr. Evil.
yeah. So what I'm taking away from this podcast, Johnny, is you think that we actually landed in '75 when the space race ended,
I have a feeling. I'm not 100% sure about that, so.
and you still believe that we didn't land on the moon and it was staged. Like, do you think that we ever landed on the moon? Like, no, not
that
at all.
was the only time, and we haven't been back since. So like, it's kind of sketchy.
All right. Well,
It's like, why wouldn't we have been back?
aliens.
Yeah, but like still.
Yeah, we killed them all.
Yeah, like you should have. Like we haven't been back
Humans
in
dominate.
almost
Awesome.
50 years.
Well, there might not be like a full need for us to go back. I don't know.
Or any other country hasn't been up there. Like, come on now.
I believe Russia and China has been up there.
Oh, have they?
Yeah. I don't know too much about this, but I heard. Russia failed quite a few times trying to beat
Yeah,
us,
I did
as
read
usual.
that.
All right, guys.
We don't need that.
I will fucking shit on every country as I can. I've done it before, especially if he gets me on Britain.
Oh,
Alright.
yeah, don't get him started on Britain. Alright, Johnny, Helen, thank you guys for joining me on episode 23, the moon landing. Hopefully you guys learned something. If you missed something, make sure you comment.
Insult me, I love it.
People are very nice, you know.
Stop being nice.
I haven't got any insults. Guys, enjoy your evening. Thank you for coming. See you next time. Enjoy. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Let Me Ask You This. If you like this video, make sure you drop a like. Make sure you follow my Facebook and my Instagram. Let Me Ask You This to get all the information about the show and new episodes. Thank you guys. See you guys next time.